Uh, Morning, folks. Sorry I'm a little bit late, but I was listening to some more stuff here. I got to get away from that stuff because a lot of it I already know, and I was great. Now I can't remember the name of the book I was listening to, but it was interesting stuff regarding various, so-called conspiracy theories and things like that happen in American history. But we aren't going to go into that topic because I could go on about all those for days. Yeah, basically it's a summary of all the facts regarding, certain deaths that happened, especially back in the day. Like, they talk about JFK, Marilyn Monroe, um, Dr. Martin Luther King. I haven't gotten to the part about Bobby Kennedy yet, and I know a lot about that one as well, but that's a whole nother issue. And it's amazing to me how today, I wasn't going to go into a big deal about, Millie Gibson getting her hair cut so she can have a character with a name like Ruby Sunday. Ruby Sunday. Okay, so that's a whole nother story, but I'm talking about post-con lag. It's kind of like jet lag, but you have to get, face the fact that, the con's over. You're not going to be at that particular place, for another year. I guess Chicago TARDIS had its share of problems for this year, but luckily they were able to pull it off. And I keep reminding people, if you have fan conventions like this in your area, or you can get, or be able to get to it reasonably safe, go support them as much as you can. Because, the cons, that are run by corporations and all that, don't care. But okay, yeah, someone was talking about Sophie and Sylvester. What I forgot to mention is Sophie even, did Sophie remember us and all that? It was kind of a dead giveaway because I was wearing my Dr. Freedom shirt when I had the photo taken. But I believe, yes, she did remember me. Like I said, I don't like we were in, the photograph. I don't like doing a lot of chatting in lines because I know what it's like to be at the end of the line. Okay? So, I don't try to be antisocial, but I see people are waiting. And plus, I was a little bit, shell shocked because I finally got to meet her in person because, we had, it's been a few years now since she's been on on my program. So I wouldn't have blamed her if she had forgotten because it's been like 5 years or so. But the cool part was she was also selling autographed copies of her book at Childhood's End. And I also picked up a copy of that. We didn't get long to chat because, like I said, it's at a con. And like I said, I always turn around and I see people coming behind me. And I'll say, I don't mean to come off as a dick, but it's like there's people waiting. And I don't like, because I know what that's like. So yeah, it was a major great because, they were, as you saw, they were doing the photos in costume. So, plus, Sylvester McCoy, we sat in on his bit, for the, presentations. And what I love about Sylvester is, and you'll see this in all his con videos, he never stays on stage. He's the guy who walks around with the mic and, gets up next to you and then sticks the mic in your face. And he has a lot of fun doing it. So I didn't get to see a whole lot of Sophie, like I said, she was pretty busy for this con. You have to remember, this is just after, Ace made a reappearance on the main show. So they had her bouncing all over the place, all over the place between presentations, autographs, photos and things like that. Photogenic? I was afraid I was going to break the camera. Are you kidding me? There was a lot of great costumes there. You know, I wish I wasn't as camera shy as I was, because there, like I said, there's this one lady who was in this Romana outfit, and we're talking Romana 1. She had the hair, the outfit, and everything nailed down. And I wish I'd, you know, snapped a photo with her. It was a, you know, like I said, it was a great costume. But as you saw, you know, we ran into the Monoptera, which it always tickles me a little bit, because even though I don't get, you know, I don't watch Hartnell and Troughton, as you know, has been a while, because it kind of weirds me out because there's so many missing episodes still. But that Monoptera outfit was, you know, pretty damn good considering. Oh man, it always tickles me a little bit when you see stuff, you know, not from just the modern show, but we're talking from all the way back in the beginning. We're talking Hartnell era for the Monoptera. So it always tickles me a little bit to see costumes, you know, done from the way, way back in the day original series. So yeah, we attended the Big Finish panel. I'm reading up more on the alleged spin-offs. I'm not going to discount it, because those articles were that article, I mean, was written by Nicola Methvin, and she's more often right than she is wrong. If anybody else had put that out there, I'd be like, wipe my butt with it. But I'm gonna have to give it some serious considerations. Plus, from what I remember, and I'm going off the brain box, Terry Nation tried to get a Dalek spin-off series a long time ago, and it never happened, for various reasons. And I'm really hoping we see some more spin-offs in the spirit of the Sarah Jane adventures and things like that. And but you see, the trick to doing those types of spin-offs, you know, that means your cast is going to have to be, you know, sure, with Daleks and Cybermen, it would be too bad, because you're crawling into suits. And, you know, especially Daleks, you're crawling up into a thing to sit down, but imagine the hemorrhoids you'd have by the end of the day being in a Dalek thing all day. But Star Trek had the same ideas for a while there. A lot of people don't realize this, but back during the era of Deep Space Nine, there was talks of doing a spin-off around the Klingon vessel, the Retard. So if you remember that episode, that name, it popped up, you know, it was in a later part of the show. But the problem is, every single one of your actors would have to show up a couple hours early before shooting even started, because everybody would have to go into a Klingon headpiece, you know, makeup, costume, and that don't exactly just throw together. You know, even with Michael Westmore, he came up with all kinds of ways to reduce the time in the makeup chair, especially for Michael Dorn. But not a whole lot of Klingon anymore. A lot of it I've forgotten. The one I remember right off the top of my head was your typical Klingon greeting, which was Snoop Nick, which is, what do you want? You have to love the bluntness of the Klingon language. But like I said, if I really, really sat here and racked my brain, I could probably remember a couple phrases here and there. But I knew people who spoke it like it was a second language, and I'm like, yeah, what good is that going to do you in the long run? But yeah, we had a great time. The Big Finish table, we were walking by that because we, you know, Tim Treloar was there as well. And if you've been watching this channel for a long time, you know that he also appeared a few times on this channel, you know, for interviews and, you know, Q&As and things like that. You know, of course, he's currently, you know, portraying the third Doctor in the Third Doctor Adventures. But really, it's like I said, so my wife wanted to go off talk to Tim Treloar for a minute because he was at the table. Next thing you know, we're in this conversation with oh God, now my brain is blanking. I remember it was Lauren Cornelius, Tim Treloar. Damn. Now my brain's blanking. Daisy Ashford. And now I can't remember the name of the guy who's doing the first Doctor Adventures now. But like I said, they were just a joy to talk to. It was just like having a normal, everyday chat. And of course, Lauren Cornelius, for you folks who don't know, she's going to be taking over the part of Dodo for the audio adventures. And like I said, she was just adorable. She was, everybody was having a good time. Yeah, you may have got drunk with the Klingon language expert, but I got drunk with Galron once, kids. Well, not drunk, but I was comfortably numb. That was back when Robert O'Reilly made a surprise visit to Camp Dover Peace Conference. Oh, I can't remember what year that was. And Robert O'Reilly could drink just about everybody under the table. I'm not kidding. Okay. Yeah, Lady G's right about I tend to get a bit shy in person because, I still get a little starstruck, when I meet people. Like, I already know I'm going to turn into a babbling idiot this Saturday. Well, it does sound like an Irish name, doesn't it? Yeah, but Robert O'Reilly, now, he didn't have an Irish accent or anything, no, but I think he was born and raised here in the U.S. I'd have to go look it up. But he portrayed, Galron on Next Gen and DS9, who they had Wolf kill because he went a little power mad or went nuts or something. But originally he was supposed to be the Changeling, by the way, and it was a letter writing campaign by the fans that they changed it to Martok. Yeah, I don't think Robert O'Reilly's, was born or raised in Ireland. I think, it does sound like he does have an Irish heritage, though. And he can drink people under the table. I saw it happen. But yeah, like I said, I already know this Saturday I'm going to turn into a babbling, probably have tear in my eye a little bit, idiot, because this Saturday is the day, okay? It's going to be my first Galaxy Con, and I tend to avoid the larger cons now these days. So, but yeah, that's where Jody Whitaker is doing photo ops, is this Saturday. And I was like, you know what, it's going to cost me X number of dollars, but I already have it in my feeling in my gut that, she's going to be like that same feeling I have with Patrick Stewart. She's not coming back to Columbus. Okay. So I was like, screw this. It's a once in a lifetime opportunity to meet one of the modern doctors. So I say, why not? Well, folks, I got to get running. I'm already a few minutes overdue here to get out of the car. So, yep, this Saturday is when we'll be meeting Jody. I already have that day scheduled off because originally they had it scheduled to work, of course. But, so take care, everyone out there. Be kind, be calm, be safe. Enjoy the rest of your day. And hopefully we'll see you all again in the future. Have a great morning.